Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope y'all are doing well, feeling good. Happy Wednesday. Um, it's 9 a.m. on the East Coast on Wednesday. And so what is it? It's time for LinkedIn Live with Nana. I listen, I promise y'all, the theme music is coming in 2023. Let's just baseline that right now. Let's just put that out there because not that I necessarily need anybody else to hype me up, but when the theme music is on, I'm just gonna have my own little Oprah show. Um, too many ideas, too many ideas. Um, but anyway, I hope y'all are doing well and feeling good. Y'all already know the deal. Listen, if you are joining live, pop into the comments, the chat, say what's up. Let me know that you are in the building. If you're catching this on the replay, do the same. Um, because we will have a good time today. And definitely today, the topic is really one that is just a moment for you to sit, grab a journal. I would encourage you to do so. Um, or just have a little bit of me time and reflection time. And it's actually something that's, I think, a really great time of the year to do this, right? Like December, the year's winding down, things are slowing down. Um, and it's a great time to just reflect on the year, reflect on the highs, the lows, everything in between, right? Great wins, great lessons. And then, also think about how you're going to continue to grow and expand as 2023 comes ringing in. So, with that said, even myself, just being in this space of reflection, I was thinking about who is your boldest self? Who is your baddest self? Who is that individual? What does that individual look like? How does she act? How does she behave? What does she believe in? How do others receive her and respond to her? Who is she? Who is that boldest version of yourself? What does it look like? And I think this is a really important question to ask yourself, and to do it from a space without limitation, right? To do it from a space without limitation. Okay. Hey, Portia. Thank you, girl. It's from Ghana. That's where all my necklaces are from. um, but what does it look like to just take a moment to pause, to reflect, to journal, and think about who your boldest self is? And feel free to pop in the comments what's coming to you top of mind, right? But when you sit and think about yourself without any limitations of self-doubt, of self-consciousness, of 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 career depression or career doubt, without thinking and dwelling and maybe even being consumed by relationships, finances, any of those things. What does it feel and look like to envision who your boldest self is? Hey, Tiffany. Thank you, girl. What does that look like for you? And this part of this exercise even came to mind from a session that I did with Portia, actually. Probably some of you even saw this post that I posted. Gosh, I think it was last week. Um, Portia and I did a business retreat last week in Baltimore and rented out an Airbnb for a couple of days. And it was just a really great time to just reflect on the year and think about 2023, our goals and what we desired moving forward. Okay. Hey, Latoya, how you doing? Thank you. It's so good to see you too. I'm glad you are in the building. Wishing you all the best. It's been so long. Um, so when Portia and I were in our session, one of the questions that we started with was envision your day as a CEO, right? Envision like your best day. Like there are no limitations. No financial limitations, no family limitations, no relationship, no limitations. Envision your best day as a CEO. When you wake up, what are you doing? You know, are you traveling? Are you taking meetings? Is a chef preparing your meals? Do you have a great team? Are you not working at all? Are you on a sunny beach with no laptop? What does it look like as that best day? And so when I was thinking about that, I was just like, how do you connect even more to that on a daily basis, right? Because sometimes that when you just like, oh, let me dream with no limitations, it can feel a little far. Sometimes it can feel like a little out of reach, like, yep, it's coming one day, right? You're still hopeful that it's coming one day, but you're still like, there's still some barriers, some blocks, some obstacles, some things I got to work through to get there, right? But you still got hope. You still got hope, or you wouldn't be on the path, right? So, with that in mind, I was like, well, there's a big question about identity that I think about, and in working with some really great business coaches, is a question that I've thought about. Is who is the identity of the person that you need to become to achieve your dreams? So wherever you are in your career, you want to get a promotion, you hate your job, you want to leave it, you want to branch out, you want to be a public speaker, whatever it is, you want to start your own business, whatever the dream is, whatever it is that you desire, who do you need to become to be that person who achieves that dream? It's a really, really big, powerful question. What are the habits? What are the traits? What are the beliefs of an individual who achieves the dreams and has that life that you envision? Who is she? What's her morning routine? What kind of relationships does she have? What does she enjoy? What brings her pleasure? Right? How do other people interact with her? These are all just really important questions you want to ask yourself, and put it down on paper. Grab the journal, bust it down. Okay. Tiffany put in the chat, free, all caps. Her girl. I know that. Okay. Freedom. Whew. What does it look and feel like to be free? Right? What does that look like for you? Is it freedom of time? Freedom of energy? Freedom of money? Right? And so with that in mind, I often feel like, to become the person that I really want to be, who I'm growing into, I have to continue to be bolder and braver. Like, that's what always comes to my mind. Like, keep being bolder, keep being braver, right? Because I have big dreams, right? Like, I want to take up a whole bunch of space, and I want to be encouraging women, bringing confidence to them, helping them be able to stand in their own truth, doing it unapologetically, right? And so I know that, all right, Tiffany girl, all of the above, you're on your way. We're on our way. Um, you know, I want to do all of these amazing things. I want to be this person. So, how can I continue to take steps every day in who I am to being a little bit bolder? And chances are, if you rocking with me and you watching this, I know for a fact that being that bold is a word that you identify with. Like you're like, yeah, there's some areas in my life where I'm like, I either want or have a desire to be bolder, or you already feel like you are bold, right? And you could probably even be even bolder, right? You know? So that's a value, that's an adjective, that's a description that you resonate with, right? And so, as you think about that and that notion of bold, I think you also have to couple it with what does it look like to be brave? Because there ain't nothing that you desire in this life that's going to come from you not getting uncomfortable. The goodness, the riches, the wealth, the accolades, the impact, okay? Being able to bring value to people, the simple career progression or not so simple career progression. Whatever you desire, it's not going to come for you continuing to be comfortable in the space that you're in. Sorry if that's like news to you. Just soak it in. Just sit with it. Like, sit. I got a thumbs up. Like, just sit with that. Okay. Drop them hearts up. You know what I'm talking about. Like, it's just not going to happen. You have to figure out how you're going to be braver and what that looks like for you. How you're going to take one step that's going to push you out of your comfort zone. How, if you feel super uncomfortable voicing your opinion in front of leadership, how you going to arch that back? Okay? Get that gut right and work up the nerve to bring your value to the table and share that idea. What is the worst that can happen? Better yet, what's the best that could happen? Okay? Tiffany said, "Oh, girl, say that again. I'm pivoting my business next year and getting back to my authentic self, and I am terrified." You hear me? Girl, listen. It's, you know what? It's in the space of fear that the best things happen, right? Like, my hand is also raised on doing some major things and growing in different ways in my business. And I'm looking at these goals and I'm looking at these activities and I'm like, okay, well, who do I have to be? Who do I have to become? What does the boldest version of Nana look like? What does the bravest version of Nana look like? What does the baddest version of Nana look like? You know what I'm saying? Tiffany, you getting support in the chat. Portia's got you. She's saying it's gonna be phenomenal. It's good that you're terrified because you'll be proud when you make it to the other side, 1,000%. Okay, right? Let's get out of these comfort zones because it's so true, right? We often don't think about what's the best that could happen. We go so quickly to the worst. And we imagine so much worse than what it would actually be. So much worse. Okay? When really, what does it look like to think about everything working out for your highest good? That's a mantra that I say all the time. I say everything works out for my highest good. And I hold on to that. So, you talking about clenched fists? I'll be like, everything works out for my highest good. in those terrified moments, okay? In those super scary moments, in those uncertain moments, I'm like, everything works out for my highest good. Like it, like you have to you have to say these things. Like you have to find the affirmations, the mantras. You have to speak to yourself with love and affirmation and upliftment always. Okay, always. And if you need some affirmations, you need to go ahead and follow Portia Obang because she busts out with the amazing affirmations all day, all the time on LinkedIn. Okay. Um, Okay, now Tiffany, I love this because you're putting your declarations up here in the comments, so we got you. Tiffany says she's vowed never to go back into the health and fitness world. But they need me, a Black plus size lupus survivor. Whew, oh my goodness. Listen, sometimes we get called, right? You got to go where the calling is. Sometimes we think we're supposed to go left, and God is over here like, I done been told you that it's a dead end. Like, if you would just pivot to the right, sis, I got you. Okay. But I think in order to do that, in order to be able to even pivot and look in a direction that looks scary, that looks overwhelming, right? You have to be bold. You got to be brave. So let's, I really want y'all to take some time seriously, whether you want to drop it in the comments, like Tiffany and Portia, don't drop in the comments and let yourself know by sharing with others, because there is a freeness in that, there's an accountability in that, right? There's a declaration in that of who your boldest self is. What do you know that you need to do? How do you know you need to act to be bolder so you can get closer to your dreams? Yesterday I was at a co-working space with a fellow image consultant. Shout out to Latrice Cole. And we were at Luminary, which is a great co-working space, all for like women entrepreneurs, women in business, and just women professionals in general. That's just a great space. I mean, dope affirmations on the mirrors in the bathroom. Everything's beautifully designed. I was like, oh, y'all got me. Y'all about to get my money next year. But in being in the space, right? Like yesterday was a long day for me, y'all. I was in the city all day long. And that's the first. It was like the first time I've been in the city from like, gosh, I don't know. It's like a 12-hour day. Jeez, I don't know, from like 10 to 10 or something like that. So I was like, okay, I'm doing a co-working session and some business planning with, a colleague in the image consulting industry. And then after that, I went to 2 holiday parties. So, of course, I was like, let me get my fit right because I want to be comfortable all day. And it was cold in the mug. I think it was like the coldest day in winter so far here in New York. It was like upper 20s or something wild. So I was like, okay, I have to be comfortable. I have to be warm. Definitely got to be, of course, stylish and bold and statement making, as I do, because that is me. And then also being really, really conscious of the fact that I was entering into a co-working space that I knew was targeted for women, women professionals, women entrepreneurs, etc. So for me, I always light up because it's a place of inspiration. It could also be a place of opportunity, right? I could run into potential clients, partners, collaborators. And then also, I knew that I had these holiday parties later, okay? And I was going into these holiday parties with my husband through some of the organizations that he works with. And so I'm I don't know about y'all, but every time I go into a space, I'm always thinking about kind of those two things, how this could be a space of inspiration or opportunity. Inspiration or opportunity. Like I could meet somebody who could inspire me to get out of a rut that I might be in, or a place in my space or my mind that might be holding me back, or just inspire me to get fired up about something, right? I could have a conversation with somebody who could do that. Or I could have a conversation with somebody and they feel that from me, right? Or it could be a place where I meet somebody and I meet a connection and I'm like, oh, amazing, potential client. Or we could potentially partner or collaborate on something, right? Like I'm I'm always thinking that. And I would encourage y'all too. When you enter spaces, think about how this could be a space of inspiration or opportunity for you. And I think that could be really helpful to like sometimes help you get in a really good frame of mind going into a space, especially one where you might feel a little subconscious or awkward, right? Maybe you're a little more introverted. So in the social settings, you're like, listen, I ain't really trying to talk to a whole lot of people, right? Um, Whatever it might be. Sometimes it's great to just like reframe what the experience could be before you get there and enter into the space thinking like, man, I could actually come here and be inspired by someone or be an inspiration to someone else, or there could be an opportunity here that could really help grow myself personally or professionally, right? um so in thinking about these types of things, I was very intentional, about what I wore. So I wore and y'all gonna be mad because I don't even think I took a picture of my outfit. But I wore this dress that I had from last year. It's like red and pink. It's a sweater dress. It's from Banana Republic and Harbison. Harbison is a black owned brand. They did a collaboration with Banana Republic. It's great. It's comfortable. It's warm. It's almost like the same cotton ribbed feel of this sweater that I'm wearing, but in a dress. And I wore some fun kind of cowboy vibed boots. They were like fur white with some like brown speckles, with a comfortable chunky heel because I was going to be walking around the city, and your girl don't play that. I can't be wearing the stilettos anymore. Like that part of my life is over. But shout out to the women who do. I'll be snapping y'all up. And then I wore my big fuzzy daily paper puffer coat to my ankles because it was cold. Okay. And of course, wide brim hat because that's what your girl does. Okay. And a great green necklace um, from Ghana. So I was really intentional. Bold colors, bold statement necklace, bold jacket or bold coat, bold shoes. So I was really intentional about being noticed if I was outside, being noticed when I was inside, and really channeling in that energy of like inspiration and opportunity. And, you know, it worked. It be working. Okay. I don't can't tell you how many people came up to me and just said, I just love your energy. I just love this outfit. What do you do? What are y'all over here talking about? To my friend, to me, to my friend Latrice and I, because of course she was looking fly, right? Going later into those holiday parties, folks having conversations with me, and every single time, oh my gosh, it's just looking at you, girl. And don't let it be with some other black women. Because when I saw the other black women, like, girl, oh my goodness. I'm like, what's up? It was just like an overflow of love. Um, and I was like, oh, thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. Because I needed that. I was like, it's been a long day. I am tired. I'm thinking about a million things that I have to do and also still trying to be present in this moment. But then to just walk in a space and to feel love and people just acknowledge you and say some nice words. I mean, what beats that? It was just a great feeling. And then, of course, people ask what you do. And I say what I do. And everyone goes, of course, that's what you do. Right? It all makes sense. Um, so I tell y'all this story because as I was moving through the day, I was like, Nana, this is not, I can't even say as I was moving through the day. Later that night, and even this morning, as I was reflecting on the day, I was like, you need to be more of this. What does it look like to be this boldest and bravest version of yourself more? Where you are able to walk into spaces and you just have a light, right? And it's so free, and it's giving, and you're just there to get inspired, be inspirational for someone else, to connect, to learn, right? To have some conversation, right? To see where there are opportunities that could blossom into some really great connections, right? And experiences. Like, what is it? What is it? How do you create more of this kind of energy for yourself, where you just feel really great walking into spaces? And y'all might be like, Nana, you don't feel like that all the time? Hell no. Right? There's plenty of times I'll be like, I gotta talk myself, come on, or I go into a space and then I'm there for a little bit and I'm just like, I'm not feeling it. Not exit stage left. Um, for a variety of reasons, right? Maybe I'm not meeting anybody. Maybe I'm, just in a bad mood. Who knows, right? But I was like, man, what does it look like and feel like if I can like just channel being bold and being brave and having conversations more with people I don't know? Because I was definitely doing that all day long, was having conversations with people I ain't never met before, right? At holiday parties, talking to people was like, oh, what you doing? What you doing? And genuinely interested, not on that fake tee hee hee kiki stuff. Because y'all know sometimes you walk into these co-working or networking events and everyone's going to holiday parties, right? And it's so common, you get pinned in a corner, or you're talking with someone and they make a joke and it's and you're like, internally, the internal dialogue is like, why am I here listening to this corny joke? Oh my gosh. But you can also have those really genuine connections, those really genuine interactions, right? And so I was just I was thinking about it, like I said, last night and this morning, I was just like, man, I want more of that. I want more moments where I am bold, where I am brave, where I am entering spaces and I'm being myself, and I feel really good and really comfortable, and other people can feel that intentionality. You know what I'm saying? Um, Let me read what's going on over here in the chat, because speaking of the tee hee hee key, Portia and Tiffany having a good old time. Okay. Yep, Portia, right. Those reflection questions are really good to think about, and help you face your reality, your worries with reality. Worry, oh my gosh, worry. How many times is worry going to get the best of us, y'all? We got to kick worry to the side, myself included. Worrying is it's just annoying. There's just no other. It's just annoying. And we know it doesn't help us, right? It doesn't help us move forward in life at all. Yeah, let's all ask God why it's so cold. It is December, but oh my gosh, we gotta move. We gotta move to tropical climates or move to the south. Okay. Um, but yeah, the networking events, y'all know that fake laugh. Oh, it is so real. It is so real. Um, yeah, it's just real. You just get in these spaces, especially too the work events, right? You know, you're in the corner talking with somebody, or somebody got you pinned up, And they're talking about things that you're just like, you're just trying to, you want to be polite. You want to be pleasant. You don't want to be rude or mean. It's not that, but then also, you want to have some really easygoing ways to exit stage left, because you're like, okay, the conversation is no longer filling me with anything. And I need to find another conversation that will. Okay. Oh, Tiffany, we do need to come down to Miami. She said it's a chilly 75. What? Jealous. That was my jealousy face. Talking about chilly 75. But yes, in all seriousness, it's really important for you to just think about what it looks like. What it looks like for you to embrace that next version of yourself. And we all know, right? Like when you're by yourself, or you're in the shower, or you get some of those moments when you're like, whether maybe something happened in the office at work and you didn't handle it the way that you wanted to, right? Like maybe there was a pitch for an idea. You had a really great idea, but you were scared to talk about it, right? Maybe somebody interrupted you when you were talking. Okay. And you didn't have the finesse to bring the conversation back and regain, your point and perspective. Okay. Or maybe you are attending a bunch of different networking events and you are uncertain about how you can, visually through your style, feel really comfortable and confident being in the space. Whatever it might be, wherever it is where you're like, things aren't aligning for me to be the best, or even just a better version of myself. And also, understand too that like better doesn't mean that where you are right now is bad or worse, right? Like, again, I think sometimes we are so often polarize things to a detriment to ourselves around where we are in life and where we are like in just in our general growth. And it's like, oh, is it good? Is it bad? Is it a do or is it don't? I get that, I get those questions even all the time with the women I work with. Well, should I wear this or shouldn't I wear this? Is this okay or is this not okay? And I'm like, listen, we got to break out of the rule zone. Like, I understand that there is that, that notion in that context of what works and what doesn't work. But so much more of a space for you to play and evolve exists in the gray. It exists in those spaces where you can understand where the polar opposite thoughts or ideas might be, and then you like buck them and you're like, I'm going to do what suits me, right? And I'm going to find that space for me to grow and evolve, because that is the name of the game always. It is always about growth. How are you growing into being more bold? How are you growing into being more brave? Like those are the reflection questions, the thoughts that you always want to be coming back to, because we already identified that the comfort zone is not where you are going to get what you are after. Okay? So I do want you again to drop in the comments or do some reflecting in your journal. Maybe take some of that time during the holiday, while you're able to break. But as you start to think about the new year, right? And as you start to review your goals and maybe write some other ones or continue some of the goals that you had already set, okay? There's nothing wrong with having similar goals from a previous year moving into the new year. All right? There doesn't have to be this hard line in the sand transition, of okay, so 2022 is over. Now it's 2023. Let me get a clean slate, and you just wiping the whole chalkboard off, right? And you're like, let me start again. No. Keep going. If you had great momentum right now, keep it going. How are you going to continue that momentum? How are you going to continue getting out of your comfort zone, trying new things, being bolder, being braver? How are you going to do that? If the momentum you had isn't one that you desire, and you want to make some shifts, you want to make some shifts in your career, you want to make some shifts in how you show up every day, you want to make some shifts in your relationships with other people, other colleagues, then start to identify how and where you need to make those shifts. Okay? So it's always, I think it's really coming to it is like, you reflect and then you identify the spaces where you need to grow, where you need to transform, where you need to change some things. And that is always going to come down to the success of that is always going to come down to your daily habits and actions and thoughts. It's always going to come down to what you do every single day. How you behave, how you act, what you think. Those are the actions, those are the behaviors, those are the thoughts that are going to get you closer and closer and closer to what you desire. So, as you think about that and you envision, right, your best, bold, brave day, okay? And you see that version of yourself. You see the woman who has immense presence. You see the woman who is able to move through conversations with executives and clients and teammates with a lot of ease and comfort, right? You see the woman who's able to advocate for herself and ask for the raise, ask for the promotion. You see the woman who is able to see the track record of her knowledge and experience and make some great, calculated, and faithful decisions to leave the job and start your own business because that's what you desire. You see that woman. And so, of course, when you see her, I want you to make sure you are clear on how she is dressed. All of the details matter. What is she wearing? What are you wearing? What's in the closet? Because we all know that our clothing, when you feel good internally, that's when you're able to just really own your presence. You're able to own your wardrobe. You're able to own your style. You're able to command the type of attention and have the type of experiences that you really desire. So you want to be specific. Get specific about what kind of style that you want to have, the kinds of brands you might want to shop at, the kinds of pieces you might want to have, what you want your closet to look like, how you want to feel when you get dressed. Be specific. This is your vision for your life, for who you are, your boldest and bravest self. So get specific on what you want your style to be. Get specific on what you want your career goals to be. Get specific on the types of relationships you want to have. Get specific, y'all. Don't be flaky and vague. No. Get specific, okay? If you want the walk-in closet with a color-coordinated ensemble of looks, you better write it down in the vision, okay? That's right. Daily habits accumulate into big change, right? So it's about that. And really, how can you step closer into becoming that person? How can you step closer into that vision being a part of your reality? Because you can do that in big ways, you can do that in small ways, right? You can make the investments into yourself to have more of what you desire, right? You could do some DIY things. You can make some small habit changes to get you the big impact, right? Like there's so many things that you can do. So, as you really get clear on this vision of who you are as your boldest and bravest self, map out the specifics, map out the details, map out the job that you want, map out the clients that you desire, map out the day you're going to have, map out the tasks that you'll do, like map out where you add value, map out where you're going to be investing your time and your resources. Are you going to be getting a degree, a certificate? Are you going to be in a training program? Are you going to receive a grant? Are you going to receive funding from a venture capitalist? What do you want? What do you want? What do you desire? Without limitations, right now, when you dream, what do you want? That's only a question that you can answer. Okay? I like the idea of visualizing my outfits on my ideal day. The details would encourage me 1,000%. 1,000% to really, like, I feel like the clearer you can see it, like I'm closing my eyes as I'm like, literally, like the clearer you can see who you are, like that clarity, when it's like that, that's the clearer it can be in your reality. So if you are like, I see her custom suits, tailored, Louboutins, Chanel bag, Telfar bag, right? Like if that is your world, you are like Taylor coming to the house, doing the alterations, personal stylist, dropping off my looks for the rest of the month. If that is your life of luxury, honey, live it, dream it, be it, okay? It will come to you. All right? If you desire, I want more color in my closet, I want more reds, I want more purples, I want more gold, dream it, see it. I want a funky shoe collection. Oh, I want amazing jewelry pieces. Whatever it is, like visualize it, have fun, right? And then you already know I'm a high, what's the word I'm looking for? A high supporter. That's not the word I want to say, but that's the word that's coming. of you creating a mood board, right? Getting these ideas out on paper and putting up some images. You could do it on Pinterest. You could go old school and bust out that Essence magazine and cut out some images and put them on your vision board. You could do a collage on Canva. Like you could save some stuff on Instagram. There's so many different ways. But create that mood board. Create that mood board of what your style is for your boldest and bravest self. Who is she? What is she wearing? What is her style? Is it classic? Is it sexy? Is it elegant? Is it creative? Is it funky? Is it cultural? What is it? What is it? Get those images so you can really see it. And that's going to help you get closer and closer to becoming it. Okay? And so, I hope this is resonating with y'all. If it's resonating with y'all, throw some hearts up on the screen. Give me a 100 in the chat or in the comments. And let me know if you part of Team Bold, Team Brave, and you're really going to take some time to create a clear vision of who your boldest and bravest self is. Okay. And you already know, if you need some help in that department, I'm here. Like that is what I'm committed to, because I want that for so many of us. I want that for so many Black women, so many brown women, so many women of color, to really just embrace that, embody it, step into the shoes of who you see for yourself. Okay? Yeah, we got some hundreds coming in the chat. Come on, Tiffany. All right? Like, be that person, and start now. You don't have to wait for a thing. You don't have to wait for the new job. You don't have to wait for the promotion. You don't have to wait for an influx of money. You don't have to wait for anybody to give you permission except for yourself. Do you need it again? Hit the rewind. You don't need to get permission from anybody except for yourself. So if you decide that you want to be bolder and braver now, if you want to have that kind of energy and that kind of presence entering into the new year, start thinking about it now. Start embracing it now. Start identifying where you need to make some shifts in your current life to become her. Okay? We got some more hundreds in the chat. Come on, Portia. All right? If you're catching this on a replay too, definitely drop those hundreds up in there. Like, that's for you. That's for you to get this moment of inspiration. Come on. Get this moment to like get that pep in your step to say, like, yeah, I'm going for it. Why? Because I'm worthy. I'm a woman of God and I deserve the very best, because that is the type of life that I desire. Period. Right? So again, like I said, like, I'm just out here rooting. I'm just really on Issa Rae vibes. I'm just rooting for everybody Black. I'm just rooting for all the Black women to succeed, to feel confident, to feel bolder, to feel braver, to feel like you can be yourself, enter into literally any freaking space, and be present and have an energy and allow your inner light to shine, and for it to be a way for people to feel invited to speak with you, to connect with you, and and vice versa, for you to have that feeling from others, but at its core, for you to just feel super confident in who you are. No limitation. Okay? I'm gonna slide down off my pulpit. But if you was vibing, if you're just like, listen, where are all the bold, brave sisters at? I'm trying to channel into that version of myself and make that next commitment. Definitely send me a DM. I'll put a link in the chat too. Let's book a style discovery call. We can talk about what this boldest and bravest self looks like for you. What does that look like for you in terms of your career goals? And what does that look like for you in terms of your wardrobe? How your style can connect to you really becoming the boldest and bravest version of yourself, so you can be successful both professionally and personally. Okay. So if that's a conversation that you need to take some action on and shift, and that's a first step. Listen, we talking about making some small steps to have big impact. That's a small step. To hop on a phone call with your girl for 30 minutes, and I guarantee you will leave even after that 30-minute conversation, I guarantee you will leave feeling inspired and feeling like you have some next steps to get you pumped to feeling bolder and braver in the way that you walk. Like, without a doubt. Okay. And feeling more clarity about what you really desire for yourself. That's a guarantee after even just a 30-minute conversation with me, because this is what we do. All right. But if that's something that you know that you desire for yourself, is to make that shift in how you show up, and knowing that your style is a huge part of that element, let's have that conversation. My calendar is open until Friday. After Friday, your girl is taking some vacation time for herself, doing some reflection on the questions that I just dropped for y'all. So that I can set myself up to have a great end of the year and start the new year off well. So definitely, if this is coming top of mind for you and you're watching this, book a call with me between now and Friday. You've got some time. Let's get on the calendar and let's chat about how we can make sure that you're showing up the way you want to show up, truly and fully in the new year. Okay, and beyond. All right. Listen, come on. Portia said that's so real. The phone call is a first step. It's just a call. There's no obligation. There's no this is not one of those bait and switch. You get on the call and all of a sudden there's a robot and it's like, do you want to buy? No. It's just me. Not even just. It is me. It is me. Not a like, it's me. We're just gonna have a conversation. We're just gonna have a chat. Really, I'm gonna be listening to you for most of the time. Listening to what you desire for your style, what you desire for your career, how you want to make some shifts, what shifts you already are making, what got you excited. We're gonna talk about some challenge areas, what's got you frustrated about your wardrobe. It's a time for you to share and for me to listen. And for you to have, the ear of someone who's an expert in this field to, potentially share some ways that you can begin to make a transformation. And that's it. Then you get off the call and you might be like, yes, let's go. Sign me up. I want to join. Like, or you might be like, you know what? It's not a good time. Like, cool. But the whole goal is to share, to listen, and then to decide, make a decision. Because that's what we're doing. Okay? We're being clear, we're being focused, we're knowing what we want, and we are deciding. We're deciding to take action to get closer to that which we desire, or you are deciding to be part of the stagnation crew and remain stuck. And we don't want that for you. You need to make decisions in your life that are going to move you forward to the outcomes you desire. Okay? And so that's what we want. That's what I want for you. I want you to make those decisions that are going to move you closer to the outcomes you desire. And if you desire to feel more confidence in your style, make the first step and book a call. And then we can decide what the next best step is. That might be to work with me. It might not. But I can help you, give you guidance if it is or if it isn't. And then that's going to help you get even closer to the next best outcome. Okay? So that's how that works. All right? So let's go. Shout out to you for even just watching, being a part of this, and really taking some time to think about who your boldest and bravest self is. All right? If I don't talk to y'all before the good holidays of Christmas and the Happy New Year get rung in, have a wonderful holiday. I'm going to still be out here on these LinkedIn streets. I'm not going anywhere. But this is likely going to be the last LinkedIn Live with Nana of 2022. And I just thank y'all for rocking with me, being a part, being here, being present. I'm so grateful and appreciative to all of you for being part of my community. And yeah, let's do more inspiration. Let's just do more inspiration and upliftment for the new year. All right. Much love. I'm gonna get at y'all next time. Peace.